Since she assumed office as the Director General, Office of Quality Assurance, Mrs. Ronke Soyombo has been leaving no stone unturned in ensuring that all benefits associated with effective quality assurance is achieved and tapped into by all schools in Lagos State. The newly established office has organized several training programs and workshops for quality assurance officers with the aim of sensitizing them and keeping them abreast of the latest ideas and tools for achieving effective quality assurance. One of such workshops was recently organized for stakeholders in both the public and private sector of education in the state with the purpose of reviewing instruments of learning. Speaking at the workshop, the Director General, Office of Quality Assurance, Mrs. Ronke Soyombo, spoke extensively on things that makes learning objective outstanding.
Every head teacher or principals of schools must have a clear vision that expectation needs to be very high. Where you have a teacher that would always come and tell you they cannot do it, please tell that teacher they can. Teachers have got to have clear, high expectations for their children. And those are the kind of things that officers will be looking for. Do they have high expectations of their children? Or they're just saying, or they're just giving them things that are not challenging enough. Some private schools are fantastic with the kind of work they're doing. But some private schools, all they give to the children is worksheet, worksheet, worksheet. What value does the worksheet add to your child? The worksheets are quite good, but sometimes it limits education of the children. But where a child has actually done a lot in terms of practical time, doing a lot of under kinesthetic learning, they're bound to remember better. Sometimes people might have written lesson plans for you, but you need to adapt it to suit the children's level.
Mrs. Chioma Obi Osuji from the Developing Effective Private Education in Nigeria, DPIN, stated some of the activities of the organization.
The work we're doing is to help schools, particularly low-fee schools, to improve in the private sector. And that work is trying to link them up with service providers such as financial institutions who can offer them some kind of support to develop their schools, and also people who could give them affordable but good quality training.
Also present at the workshop was the Project Director, Lagos Schools Online, Mr. Durotimi Adeboye, who highlighted the contents of the unique emblem created specially for Lagos schools.
We have been briefed by the Education QA office to develop this unique emblem for Apple schools. And what does it contain? It contains the name of the office issuing it and a unique number. If you are on number 2, Koshofe Street, Agege, and there's another school on number 5, Koshofe Street, Agege, your number will not necessarily follow sequentially. As for people who will attempt to fake it, I know that will happen. We anticipate that. But what's going to happen is that the owners of the original item will be the one to know those who are operating around them with the fake item, and you have a responsibility to protect your own genuine article by reporting those with the fake article to the appropriate authority. And once you do that, I'm sure they have procedures in place to handle such.
The participants were then divided into 4 groups, namely the Leadership and Management Group, Achievement and Standards, Behavioral and Safety Group, as well as Teaching and Learning Group. In these various groups, the participants were further educated on the available learning instruments. Thereafter, a representative from each group spoke on the various instruments assigned to them.
Teaching promotes pupils' high level of resilience, confidence and independence when they tackle challenging activities. Teachers systematically and effectively check pupils' understanding throughout lessons, anticipating where they may need to intervene and doing so with notable impact on the quality of learning.
90% of the learners obtain passes in 75% of the subjects in internal examinations or tests. They develop and apply a wide range of skills to great effect, including reading, writing, communication, and mathematical skills across the curriculum. Hence, they are exceptionally well prepared for the next stage.
Is there provision for sick bay and first aid box in the school? Is the school registered with an approved clinic a hospital in case of emergency or referral cases? Are measures in place against sexual harassment and bullying? And finally, are there care guidance and safety support from the school? Are learners encouraged to live healthy lives and keep themselves safe?
The proprietress Amville Schools, Mrs. Mosumola Owo Odusi, while speaking with Education Report on TV, made it known that the newly established agency will ensure that positive results are achieved in the area of quality assurance.
This particular directorate is the engine house, is what is going to ensure that all that has been put in is giving the right effect. And at the end of the day, the children are learning, and the teachers and staff in schools are also being developed. And of course, at the end of the day, it means that Nigeria is becoming a greater place.
Education Report on TV also spoke with the Director General Office of Quality Assurance, Mrs. Runke Shoyombo, and she disclosed that the agency's ultimate goal is to achieve equal excellence standard in public and private schools.
Our ultimate goal is to bring public school to the standard that private schools are actually working on at the moment. I mean, in those days, public schools used to be very, very rich, and that's exactly what we are doing at the moment. His Excellency has provided a lot of resources for our public schools, and at the moment we are working on it to make sure everything is properly utilized to be able to get a very, very excellent standard in all our public schools.
Conclusively, the workshop put together by the Office of Quality Assurance with the purpose of reviewing the instruments of evaluation and learning came at the right time, and it is hoped that the participants present would not only make good use of the knowledge gained, but also share with others, thereby ensuring that they are properly utilized to achieve the best in all schools in Lagos State.